Late night banger, man. 22 Mafia, what's the deal with y'all boys, man? It's your boy Mel, man. Back in the cut with another vid. Hey, man. When you see me sitting in the chair, you know what time it is. Now, a couple weeks ago, I asked y'all, man, what did y'all want to see me talk about or make a video about? You feel me? Because I needed some help. I needed some help from the subscribers, man. So I asked y'all what y'all wanted to see on the channel. And y'all said y'all wanted me to make a beginner guide about how to approach women, man. I done talked about this so many times. But I mean, hey, if y'all still need the help, I'm still here to provide it, man. Today, this video is about to be fire. And it's going to be long, 9 times out of 10. Because I'm going into detail and I'm really getting in there, bro. I'm really getting in there. You feel me? I'm going to take you from A, B, C into D with a woman. You feel me? Because you know that's what we're dropping off. But obviously we got to start with, where do we want to start this at? This is all off the top, all off the dome. So just know, this is not pre-recorded, not scripted. I have no script. This is all off the top. So we obviously got to start with before the approaching, man. Before the approaching is where it all starts at. You feel me? Now, when it comes to this, what do y'all need to know in this before the approach? The mindset of approaching. Because I feel like a lot of y'all be in the wrong mindset, in the wrong mind state about approaching women. Don't approach with the objective to get the number or to get the Instagram. That is the worst possible mindset to have going up and talking to a woman. Why? Because now your confidence and how you feel about yourself is based on circumstances that are out of your control. Meaning that if she says no and you don't get the number or you don't get the Instagram, then you're going to feel like you failed. It's going to be hard on your confidence. You might beat yourself up. And X, Y, and Z, all these different things which is going to hold you back from being able to approach more women in the future. So don't go into approach a woman with the mindset of, oh, I got to get her number or I got to get her Instagram. The proper mindset is, I'm just going to talk to someone to see if we are compatible, to see if there's something there. Look at it like that. When you start looking at it like that, it becomes a lot easier. It takes a lot of stress off your mind, and it's not really too much overthinking and questioning what you should say, because you're not trying to get anything out of her. You're not looking for her number. You don't even know if she's a woman who number you even want to have. You feel me? Because you got to see if she's a woman worth your time. You get what I'm saying? So that's the mindset that you want to approach these women with. You feel me? Now, when it actually comes to the approaching, right? What y'all struggle with the most is, oh, what do I say when I approach her? How do where should I take the conversation? What questions should I ask? And all these different things. If you thought this was about to be me giving you a script step by step of what to say and how to carry it and all the extra, it's not. We're not doing that. You feel me? I want this game to be able to work with any woman you talk to. You feel me? So we ain't gonna get that specific, but we gonna get specific. Now, like I said, with approaching, what y'all gotta understand is, bro, talking to women is no different than you talking to the homies, or talking to your mother, or talking to your pops, or talking to your granny, or talking to your granddad. There's no difference. The only difference I could say there is that you're not flirting with the niggas or your mom. You're not flirting with your siblings. You're not flirting. You feel me? That's the only difference, is that you're not flirting when it comes to conversating with women and men. So y'all need to get out of the mindset of thinking there's a difference between conversating with women and conversating with men, or just conversating with people in general, because there's no difference. There's no difference. It's literally the same thing. The same communication tactics and things that you talk about in the conversation with people in general is the same stuff you could talk about with women. It's no difference. You feel me? That's another thing y'all need to understand, right? But to continue, with that being said, knowing that there's no difference, you can start to conversate with just people in general. That's honestly what I would say for a beginner. You can conversate with women, you can talk to women if you have enough courage and your courage is built up to the point where you have enough confidence to go and approach women. But if you don't, just start by talking to people in general and getting better at having conversations, because one conversation is going to help you in the next conversation, and the next conversation is going to help you in the next one. You get what I'm saying? It's all repetition. That's what y'all got to understand with conversation. It's about repetition. So every conversation that you have, just think of it as repetition of you getting better at you learning how to hold a conversation and how to continue a conversation. And I'm also going to hop into that and give y'all tips on how to do that as well. But yeah, man, it's about the reps. So if you can't approach women, just start speaking to people regardless. Like if you at school, hey, what's up, man? I like that shirt. It's hard. Keep it pushing. Wow. That's you communicating. That's you having a interaction, conversation with somebody. Just quick little 1-2s like that. And with certain people, you might start seeing that when you give them a compliment or you say what's up to them or you just acknowledge their existence, you feel me? You don't even have to give somebody a compliment. You can just be like, what's good, G? How you doing today? I'm good. What about you? And then y'all go about y'all ways, go about y'all day. And it'll be some instances where you talk to people where they actually in the mood to talk. So when you say that to them, they might ask you something, how long you been going to this school, or how long you been working here, or something like that. And then, wow, conversation sparked just like that. And now you and that person chopping it up, y'all having a little conversation, and you're upgrading your skills on being able to hold a conversation, continue a conversation, what questions to ask, and different things like that, because you're just going with the flow. You feel me? Of the conversation and what you feel and what you want to ask. So that's how you build up the confidence. Like when I first was starting to approach women, I wasn't just out the gate just able to talk to them and was ready to chop it up. I didn't want to talk to them. It was me getting in the habit of actually talking, which made me more open to conversating with anybody. So like, let's say if you go to a carnival and you trying to slide on some women out there, before you even start talking to the woman and trying to conversate, if you don't have the confidence, you could just talk to the people that's there. Like I just said, just introducing yourself to people, ask people how their day going, having conversations with little people around the area. And all this is warming you up and getting you in the mood to conversate. So now when you about to go approach women, now you already warmed up and you're ready to go. You feel me? So now that you're ready to go, it's actually time to approach these women. And now your next question is going to be, what do I say? And I'm going to say to you, it doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't. It matters what you say, but it doesn't matter what you say. You feel me? You can't just say like something that's just out of this world that doesn't even make sense. Like it matters what you say to some extent, but it's literally so easy. Like it's easy. And one thing you got to understand about conversation is, this is like when you get more experienced and you get better with conversating. But a lot of the times your conversation don't even start off with the basic introduction. Now for y'all, if you're new, you're a beginner, it's your first time talking to women or your first couple of times talking to women, just stick with the basic, hey, how you doing, what's your name? Or hey, how you doing, my name is da da da. Then she tell you her name, tell you how she tell you how she doing. If y'all at school, then you could continue the conversation that way, or whatever case may be. We're going to get into that. But like I was saying, you can start the conversation off with that introduction. But when you start to upgrade and you start to be able to conversate and you know how to spark a conversation out of nowhere, a lot of the times, bro, you don't even have to hit them with that basic introduction. Like, for example, one time I'm at work and I'm waiting on my mans to clock out. If y'all don't know, I work at Amazon. So I'm waiting for my mans to clock out and come through the like this little security area so we could go to the gym and whatnot. And it's a girl standing like a little bit over diagonal from me. You feel me? And she holding some food that she DoorDash to the store earlier, bro. I didn't hit her with no introduction. I didn't say, hey, how you doing? My name is da da da. I didn't say none of that. I was like, can I have some? Like on some trolling shit, just trolling. You feel me? That's how I started the conversation. Then she like, it's not really nothing left in here, but I got you next time. And then bow, conversation started. I went over to her, asked her name, how long she been working here, and just small talk, had a little conversation. And literally that's how the interaction began. It was with me saying something random like, can I get some of your food? Knowing I had no intentions of wanting anything to do with her food. But it's just throwing something out there to as bait to see if she bites it. And if you're an attractive dude like me myself. But no, for real though, if you're an attractive dude or you seem interesting, that right there is all you need. That will literally get you in the door. Something as simple as that. And that's just an example. It'll be other little situations where it might be cold outside. You be like, damn, it's cold as shit out here. Or wow, whatever you say. And then she be like, yeah, it is cold out here. Wow, that's bait. She said something back. You know, like, how long you been out here? Oh, I've been out here for da da da. You been out here for that long? I couldn't do it. It's too cold out here. But where you headed? You feel me? And the conversation spark like that. Like it's different ways for conversations to start. As you start getting more experience, you will start to notice and be able to pick up on these things and just introduce yourself a different way where it's not the generic, hey, how you doing, or something like that. You feel me? Now, when it comes to actually continuing the conversation and holding the conversation from small talk to an actual conversation, what y'all dudes gotta understand is holding conversations is super simple. Half of the game is just you being able to listen. A quarter of it is you being observant. And the rest of it is literally just personality, I would say. Personality. Oh, and not being judgmental. Those 4 things will help you in conversation tremendously. Now, let's get into what was the first one I just named? Like I said, this all off the top. Bro, what did I just say? Oh, listening. When it comes to listening, why listening is so important, because y'all be so focused on trying to think of what to say next and how to carry the conversation when you really don't even have to do that. When you become experienced with your game and you allow yourself to just go with the flow of a conversation, which is something that a lot of you dudes need to start doing. Like, if you're trying to plan out conversations, you need to stop, because what you're going to find out fast is that it's impossible to literally, it's impossible because no girl is going to have the same response. Like, if I start a conversation with a girl and my next topic is, are you in college? Some girls are in college, some girls are not. So if that's my first topic, some girls are going to skip completely past that because they're not in college. You might be able to get a conversation with some girls about college, but even within that, it's girls in college for different things. So you can't ask the same question. You feel me? Because one girl might be in college for doing hair and she just want to do hair, and then it's another girl who in there for waxing, doing nails and lashes. Like, it's differences. You feel me? So you're not gonna ask the same questions to these 2 specific women who are doing 2 different things. You feel me? This is why you shouldn't plan conversations, because you never know where the conversation could take you, and you never know how fast you can move in a conversation. You feel me? You might be able to get deeper into a conversation with one woman that you talk to and way faster than you would with another woman. And you will start to understand this, because when you having conversation with women and you approach her and the conversation start and you ask her what she likes to do outside of work, one girl might go super into detail. Oh, when I'm outside of work, I like to go to the gym. I really like going to the gym because it keep me, It keeps my mental clear. I'm able to structure my day properly, and it just keeps me in the rhythm of a flow state. Like, she might go into detail as to why she like going to the gym, and then you will see with another girl, oh, I just be at home chilling, watching TV. And that's really all she give you. And now you got to work with that. But with the other girl, she's going into this detail, talking about flow state, talking about how it provides mental clarity. And it's so much things that you could talk about with this woman, because she's giving you more information to work with and things to talk about just off of you listening and just being able to pick up on things. You feel me? But then with the other girl, she's super vague, not really telling you nothing. So with her, you kind of gotta, like, you have to carry the conversation. You gotta tell her to elaborate on certain things and really get her to open up. So it's really differences. So that's why I tell y'all, don't plan conversations. You feel me? But like I was saying, when it comes to the listening, and I basically really just gave y'all the game right there. When it comes to listening, that's going to be how you're going to form your next question. Because the question that you ask her, let's say, like I just said, what you like to do in your free time. She tell you what she like to do in her free time. Now, if she's a girl who doesn't give you much to work with, if she say, let's go with what I said. Oh, I like watching TV. To continue that, oh, what you be watching? What you into? Like, you into anime? You watch YouTube? You watch Netflix? Like, what's up? And this is going to, y'all start talking about shows. She might be in the anime or whatever the case may be. And if she is in the anime, oh, what's your favorite anime? When did you start watching anime? Who got you in the anime? Shit, like things like that. And that conversation can go wherever it goes. It's just you recognizing that what she said is able to be elaborated on more, and you could go in more depth with it. And that's what's going to make a conversation be able to be held and be longer. And it's also going to get you off the path of asking the same questions that everybody else is asking. Because a lot of dudes, y'all just body count, favorite color, favorite food, do you cook, do you clean, what you look for in a man, and all these different things, that all these different topics. And all these topics are things that men are already talking about. So how you steer clear of that is by getting deeper into the conversation and really getting to know where her head at and why she do what she do and what got her into it. That's what's really going to set you apart from other guys when it comes to conversating. And that's why I say listening is more important than trying to think of what to say next. Because once you start listening, you get her to elaborate on things. Or if she's a girl who knows how to conversate and she giving you a lot to work with, then the conversation is going to flow even better, because you a dude who already know how to get people to elaborate and go into more details on things. But when the details are placed in front of you, it's kind of like the game is easier. You feel me? The conversation is easier to flow, and you'll start seeing this a lot. You feel me? You'll flow better with this type of female better than you do with this type of female. You're going to start noticing these differences. But that's all you really need to know about holding conversation. Now, another thing is being observant. This is another skill that will also help you with being able to continue a conversation or hold a conversation. Because let's say, for example, I'm talking to a woman. I'm going to give y'all an actual real life example that just happened like last week. Now, me and this woman are conversating, and she's one of those types that is super, like, don't want to give too much information, kind of hold certain personal information back. Like, she'll do the small talk, but when it comes to personal, deeper questions, it's kind of a resistance. Now, thing about me is I'm observant. This is what we're talking about, being observant. So with me having a trained eye and being observant, I pick up on these things. So when we conversate and then we having a small talk, and then I try to go deeper, when I go deeper, I notice she starts laughing off the question and trying to dodge the question. And like when she laughs, her body language is like backing out of the conversation. Like she put her legs up in a chair and she kind of start laughing and moving back. And this body language, it might not seem like it's anything to an untrained eye, but when you have a trained eye, this body language is telling me that she doesn't want to conversate about this. Like, it's a touchy subject. You feel me? I'm able to notice this off reading the body language and how she responded to the question with laughter and trying to laugh it off and trying to switch the topic and pivot the conversation in another direction. Now, with me noticing this and being observant on this, I addressed it. I don't remember exactly what I said, but once I addressed it, it got her to open up, and this is when she started letting me in more, and I'm getting to know her a little bit better. You feel me? And I'm able to read her. And another thing that will make women attracted to you when you able to notice little things like that. So, like, being observant, that's gonna help you with not only just carrying a conversation and being able to get deeper and know her on a deeper level. It's also gonna help you with building attraction, because women like when you notice things like that about them. You feel me? It makes them feel like they're seen, and like, I don't really know how to explain it, but it builds attraction. You feel me? But that's just that on observant. That's just being observant. That's just an example. I could give y'all more examples, but I would just be sitting here trying to think of examples. It's gonna make this video even longer than it already is. You feel me? Bro, the fact that this is about to be 30 minutes is OZ. But it's a lot of value. But yeah, so being observant, that's another skill you want to have, because when you're observant, you're able to pick up on facial expressions and, oh, why you make that face, or say little things like that, and it'll continue the conversation. And you also get to know why she's moving a certain way, or get to know what she's thinking in more detail. You might say something that kind of throw her off. She makes a face. Why you make that face? And then she tell you like why she made that face, or what she didn't like about what you said, or something like that. And it's continuing the conversation, but it's also letting you know like what's up with her. You feel me? And to see where her head at. And that might spark a whole nother conversation and lead y'all somewhere else. You feel me? So those two things is what's really going to help you when it comes to holding the conversation and really just carrying it. And also telling people to elaborate on things. Now, you don't got to tell her every question that you ask. You ain't got to say, oh, elaborate on that, or what you mean by that. It's also ways that you can say that with incorporating your personality. Another example of being able to say that without actually saying those words is real life example. I was talking to this girl like 2-3 days ago. I think it was like 2 days ago, something like that. 2 or 3 days ago, I'm having a conversation. We just having small talk, and I can't remember what I asked her. What did I ask her? I don't remember what I asked her, bro, but I asked her something, and she was super vague about it. She didn't really go into detail, and I addressed that. I'm like, wow, so you like to do blah, blah, blah. Well, that was so much detail. That's you giving me so much to work with. Basically being sarcastic. She laughed about it, and then she goes into more detail about what she's talking about. You feel me? Like, it's different ways to do it. Like, when you start really learning how to first get people to elaborate, being observant and listening, you start to be able to incorporate your personality into your conversation, so you can make certain things you ask or certain things you say sarcastic or super witty, or say things in a jokingly way, but still get what you want out of the situation. Like, I told her to elaborate without saying it, and making me say it in a sarcastic way made her laugh and made her more comfortable to open up and let me know more about her. You feel me? If that makes sense. Hopefully that is making sense. I hope this is making sense. Right. But yeah, those three things are super important. Being observant, listening, and being able to get people to elaborate when they're not giving you a lot to work with within the conversation. That Those 3 skills right there is all you need. You won't need nothing else for carrying a conversation. Once you got those 3 things down pat, you're green. You're green. You're never going to have to worry about holding a conversation ever again. Now, after that, the conversation has been had. She felt you out. She got a sense of who you are. Now it's just sealing the deal. Getting the number, getting the Instagram, whatever y'all choose to give each other to communicate with each other. Then after that, it's the texting. Texting is super easy. Texting is just the small talk, getting to know her a little bit more. But you don't want to stay there for too long. And if anything, I really don't even recommend texting. I would recommend you send voice messages or do like a mix, because you want her to get used to hearing your voice, get her to get used to your personality, so she can know like your sense of humor and different things like that. Because when you texting, those things kind of don't work with text messages. Like, you can't read sarcasm in a text message. It's impossible. You can't read sarcasm, my nigga. It's impossible. So for her to know when you're being sarcastic, voice messages, or like I said, getting on the phone, that's the next step, is getting on the phone, getting on FaceTime. Then from FaceTime, that's literally the same thing as y'all talking in person. It's conversating, getting to know her on a deeper level, asking those deep questions, getting her to go deeper into topics and not just talking about a wide variety of things, go into more depth on what you're talking about. You feel me? If that makes sense, if y'all understand what I'm saying. And if you don't, basically what I'm saying is, like, if you ask her is she in school, the next question would be, what made you want to do whatever she's in school for? How did you get into it? How did you find out about it? Different things like that. Like, it's so many questions to ask around that subject, but it's still you going deeper into it to know more about her. And then she might tell you, oh, I want to do this because this is my way of helping people. I've really been wanting to help people in this area because I feel like I got a gift when it comes to that. Oh, and that might spark something. You feel me? But this is you getting to know her on a deeper level. You can do this. This is the same thing that you do in person and also on the phone. Now, once you're doing this on the phone and y'all vibe is matching, the chemistry is there, like, not even with conversation, because what y'all got to understand is conversation is not going to carry the relationship. It's also chemistry in the connection. The connection is built through conversation, though, because the connection is built off of how much you know about her and what you know about her and what she knows about you and how much she knows you. You feel me? So that's going to be the connection. The chemistry, that's important, because do y'all have the same sense of humor? Are y'all able to vibe and it not feel awkward when nobody's talking, when y'all just chilling? Like, you feel me? So that's where the chemistry comes into play. And then it's the conversation. You feel me? So once you build all 3 of these things, chemistry, I don't necessarily think that's something that's built. I think it's something, I think that's something that just comes with, like, y'all personalities. Like, are they compatible or not? Like, are y'all personalities compatible? That's where that chemistry is really gonna come into play. You gonna notice with some girls you have more chemistry than others, which is perfectly fine. You feel me? But as long as the chemistry is good enough to the point where y'all rock with each other, then it's all good. And in the conversation, I gave y'all all the sauce on that. So once those 3 things are done and mastered, and y'all know each other, from there it's going to be the date. The date is the same shit. Literally the same thing. Y'all vibe, go out, have fun, conversate, get to know each other more. Then that's when you can start flirting and doing all the extra, and eventually all this is going to lead to you crushing. Literally. It's that simple. It's all going to lead to you crushing. It's just about going with the flow and vibing it out. Stop trying to focus on actually getting to the box and just focus on vibing and getting to know her and actually seeing if she's someone that's compatible with you. And through you doing that, you're gonna get the crush off. It's literally that simple. It's like, wow, it go hand in hand. You feel me? You focus on getting to know her and see if y'all compatible. you crush. They both right there. They're right next to each other. You feel me? So don't focus on the crushing. Cause you focus on the crush, now you're not focusing on, now you messing up. Now you're coming off thirsty and she don't want to link you and all these other things. Because you focused on the wrong goal. You feel me? Focus on the right goal. Seeing if she's the right one for you. And if y'all compatible and if y'all could work or not. You feel me? This is really a 30-minute video of me just yapping. It's crazy. But it was a lot of value. Hopefully y'all boys enjoyed the video, man. I'm not going to make this any longer. If you did enjoy, if you learned something, if you want more videos like this, like the video. You feel me? And also subscribe. But other than that, I'm out, man. I'm going to see y'all boys in the next vid, man. Peace.